guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the brand new Mattel Justice League action. This would be Wonder Woman. Alright, let's get some dimensions going for Wonder Woman. She stands at about 4.5 inches tall. Seems a little on the short side, but when you pair her next to the likes of the Superman that we already had a look at, she does stand a little bit more difficultly. And Batman, she is a little bit shorter, but I guess that would be somewhat accurate to the way that she looks in the show itself. Move these figures out of the way. She does come with a bevy of different accessories. Let's have a look at those now. Again, if I can get her to stand. She stands a little bit difficultly, I have to admit. Alright, so she does come with a shield. A nice kind of copper plastic shield with a very large handle. She does come with this kind of, there she goes, she fell. She comes with kind of like this missile launching sort of thing. And she comes with this pretty cool looking staff, which also is kind of cast in that caramel colored brown. Now you can go ahead and take the shield, attach it into her hand, attach it in really into either of her hand, and she can hold it like so. There's also that little peg hole on the side where, if you've seen these already, you kind of know how everything kind of comes together. These can attach to themselves. So she's kind of got now this like shield launching weapon, which seems kind of cool. You can also go ahead and, for example, let's grab Superman's claw, and you can plug that in. And again, you can kind of just mix and match to your heart's content. This also serves as a weapon. It fits very awkwardly in her hand, but it does fit in her hand. It does look a little on the large side, I have to admit. And then what you can do is you can take the staff, detach it, and then these kind of just feed on the inside. And they do lock, and they do have, just by sheer way that they've pegged in, you can launch them. And I guess they shoot a fair distance because they are just, again, more friction-fired missiles. Or again, you can go ahead and take the staff, attach it back together, and she can hold the staff. I might say, though, that this staff sits very loosely in her hand. You can kind of fit it further down here. It fits better actually near the top, but she kind of then holds it more like a walking stick than she does a weapon. You can also, of course, take the staff, and because the forearms can be swiveled, she can actually hold it like a true, like fighting staff. Again, you just kind of attach it to her two fingers. It does look a little on the big side, I have to admit. But successfully, perseverance will pay off. You can actually fit it. So it's again, I'm struggling here, but you can actually fit it quite easily into her hand. It's just a matter of getting all the planets to align and actually get it to properly fit. And again, we'll just sort of pretend for the time being that this is actually fitting into place. The staff, again, is pretty neat. I mean, I like the fact that you can detach it. I wish there was actually a way somewhere on the back that you could attach this so it looked like, like a quiver, and you could have had them. But then again, that would involve putting the hole right through the hair. I guess that really wouldn't be such a good idea. Let's move all these accessories out of the way. Let's look at Wonder Woman here, which I actually have to admit looks pretty good. I thought, looking at it through the packaging, that the skin seemed a little on the muddy side. Now that I've actually got it out in person, it doesn't actually look as bad. The coloring is acceptable for Wonder Woman. The face is good. Let's have a look at the face. She's kind of got more of a punk rocker look to her in the cartoon. Kind of this really outrageous, not even outrageous, but like the hair kind of jetting out on the sides. It kind of makes her look more like a punk rocker. Again, the face sculpt's pretty good. The face looks like it's a tad on the shiny side, and a lot of that could be just chalked up to her tiara at the top there. They favor more so like kind of copper golds. as opposed to like silvers and stuff like that. But she has a little bit of silver in her gauntlets. And again, paint pretty good. I have to admit, the paint's pretty good on her. She might be one of the best figures so far from the Justice League action. And we can only hope that we get more of these. The Superman was, again, okay. Let's bring the camera back a little bit to discuss this further, of course. The Superman was okay, but one big problem was the giant head. Get him to stand right there. The Cape Crusader, I think, fared a little bit better, although his head looked a little on the squishy side, but I guess that's kind of how he looks in the cartoon. I just like the fact that these are posable figures. It's not something that we would have ever gotten before with the Justice League Unlimited figures back in the day. I mean, really, those figures were relegated to swivel joints. You might get, in some instances, the case of a bend in the knee or bend in the elbow, but they were pretty limited, I have to admit. Wonder Woman, on the other hand, and really for all that matter, for all the Justice League action figures so far, her head would normally be on a ball joint, but as you can probably imagine, being due to the hair the way it is, you really can't do too much with the actual head being able to move. The shoulders hinge outward, which is a nice touch. They rotate all the way around. She has a bend in the elbow, which also allows that forearm to rotate. As a sacrifice, she doesn't have any swivel in her arms, or in her actual hands, but that's okay. She has a swivel in the waist. I would say a forward and back motion, but her skirt sort of impedes a little bit of that. She does, however, have a good split on the leg, a bend at the knee, and you can also rotate the lower leg. So for articulation, these are pretty good, I have to admit. We'll just move Batman and Superman out of the way, respectively. We've already had a look at those, so if you want to check out the review of those, by all means, go check it out. Pretty good figure, I have to admit. Let's go ahead and put the shield back in her hand. Displaying her, I might probably just favor displaying her with, like the staff. Again, you can have the both pieces going on there. I like this little extra thing. Again, you can tab them in. You can mix and match them. You can take like Batman's, for example. You can plug that in as well. There's a couple of interchangeable options there as well. But pretty good figure. I had low expectations, and the Superman delivered a somewhat lukewarm introduction to these Justice League action figures. The Batman was good, but I think the Wonder Woman brings up my expectation level now to the Justice League action figures, that I hope we get more of these. And I hope this isn't going to be something that just gets introduced and quickly abandoned, because I think there's promise there for collectors like myself who collected initially the Justice League Unlimited figures. This is kind of really like the Justice League Unlimited 2.0. And so far, I'm really digging it. Today we were checking out the Mattel Justice League action. This happened to be the Amazonian Wonder Woman. If you like this video, certainly hit it with a like down below. And speaking of down below, there's also a bell notification down below, which I'm sure I've said frequently in these videos already. But hit that little notification down below, as some people unfortunately don't get a chance to see all the new videos that are coming up onto this channel because that little notification, I don't know why, is turned off. So make sure you hit that little bell down below, turn it on, turn that radio on for those sweet sounds, and turn on your notifications so that you'll always know when new videos are coming up onto this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.